Today, we're going to be talking about update 1.57 for the console edition of Rust. Now, a lot of you know it already, but I've got to repeat myself here. There is no power surge, no electricity branch coming with this update. It looks like that's been pushed out for another month, but that doesn't mean we don't get an update. And if you're excited, don't be. Because this update is about as exciting as watching paint dry. And what I mean by that is we've just got a lot of bug fixes and no actual content. So let's get into it and see, maybe I am wrong. So here we go, update 1.57 patch notes. Hello survivors, here are the list of changes for update 1.57 gameplay. Fixed a bug that could prevent players in a bleeding state from holding X/square to bleed out if the player previously used the kill and respawn function on the pause menu. So basically you can't kill yourself easier when you're down, which I feel like you should be able to do it. They should make that a feature actually. Fixed a bug that would destroy ladders if a player picks up an item next to it. Added ability to pour water out of a water jug regardless of the volume in the container. Why do you even want to pour water out of a water jug? What else are you using? It feels like that's a very pointless feature that they've added. Fixed a bug that blocked the sale of targeting computers at vending machines. Fixed a bug that blocked auto turrets doing damage to players. Fixed medkit functionality so it provides the correct amount of instant healing and regeneration. Removed an exploit that let players clip through terrain and rock formations. Let's see how that went because they've done this a few times and it seems like it's not working. Fixed a bug that caused downed player models to float after a supply signal crate is fully looted underneath them. Fixed a bug that made the hollow sight unusable when aiming at a scientist holding a flashlight. Fixed a bug that despawned rocket launchers if fired by a crouching player. That's actually a pretty important bug to fix, I guess. That shouldn't even be in the game, but it was, and now it's not. Fixed a bug that could result in base upkeep using more resources than required. So that's actually very important because I know every now and then someone will get on and be like, my base was decaying, but I had enough resources. Well, hopefully you can cry about something else now. Monuments. Fixed disappearing decals on the walls in the main launch site building, which I'm sure everybody cares about because the launch site is a one place where you stand around and soak in that radiation. Fixed a bug with the elevator at the launch site that caused a visual desync for players. Added collisions for tall windows on the side of the main launch site building to stop players from walking through and falling to their deaths. World. Fixed flickering LOD issues with high external stone gate that were visible when players walk away from it. Fixed untextured LODs for metal plate foundation building blocks. And finally, we've got some UI updates. Removed redundant durability stats for the workbench and barbecue in the outpost, which were visible when a player approached with a hammer equipped. Now, I'm sure that is something that was bugging everybody because there's no obvious solution like unequipping a hammer. That is definitely what they should be working on, not community servers or electricity or anything like that. Fixed map functionality issues when multiple sleeping bags are placed in groups. And that is it. That is all that we get for update 1.57. We've waited about 3 or 4 months now for the Power Surge update. They've said it's coming, and I say 3 or 4 months, but it was originally announced over like 2 years ago. But 3 or 4 months since they said it was coming, since it's been released to the staging branch, and it's still not here. So yeah, I really don't know what's going on with this one. I feel like it feels weird. Like if they have an update, if they have a fix, it should be pushed to the staging branch the second they get it, because the staging branch isn't another way for players to play a more advanced version of Rust. It is to test things that should be coming to the main Rust game. So it's a little weird that they're saying like, we've got some updates that we're going to push to the staging branch, blah, 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 but they haven't really pushed anything there in the last 2 months, it feels like. So it throws me off a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I'd really like to hear some updates, maybe a dev blog or something like that, just going over what's going on and why there's been such a delay so I've talked to a lot of players that have played on the staging branch. I've played on it a little bit myself, and it seems like you've got a fully functioning power branch that everybody agrees works. So I'm curious what the holdup is, but yeah, until we hear from the devs, there's nothing I can do. And in other news, I have actually been playing a little bit more of the Rust PC edition. I've got to say, there is a lot that they can add and some really awesome stuff that we have to look forward to. So that's some good news to end it with. Until next time, peace.